And we'll work backwards a little bit today. We've been talking about the kleshas that Patanjali gives us that are obstacles in the path, which are misidentification, ego, attachment to pleasure, hatred, and fear of death. But he also says in the next sutra that I don't have in the book, that to overcome them, you have to stay in the present moment. But he starts off the sutras by telling you that. So the first two sutras really are the key to how to achieve this thing called yoga. He just gives it to you right at the top. So let's chant 1 and 2 of chapter 1. So 3 ohms. 1. 1. Atam, atam, yoga, yoga, nushasanam, nushasanam, ata yoga, nushasanam, ata yoga, nushasanam. Together. Ata yoga, nushasanam. And 1.2. Yoga, yoga, chitta, chitta, vritti, vritti, nirodham, nirodham, yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodham, yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodham. One time together. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodham. So as I said, he's telling you the key to this process of overcoming these obstacles. Word of the whole of the Yoga Sutras, Atta, be in the now, be in the present moment. Yoga, union with Anushasanam, which is pronounced Nushasanam because yoga ends with an A, and Anushasanam begins with an A. So the second, a set of observations that he's made in the present moment, and that he's giving to you while it happens. Then yoga, that union with the higher self, chitta. Now this is an interesting word, because if you've ever heard the old mantra, that's satya chit anandam, right? Sat chit anandam, sat chit anandam. So sat means truth, chit is pure consciousness, and anandam is bliss. But chitta, when the ta is added, it's the mind that's thinking. It's the mind that's always turning around and churning and is not really in a state of pure consciousness. So it's interesting. You just add a couple of letters to a word and it means something totally different. It's still kind of pure consciousness is related to the mind, but then the mind of the average person is just filled with clutter, right? So the chitta is the ta is the clutter of pure, when there's no pure consciousness. And so yoga, chitta, the active thinking mind, vrittis, fluctuations or storms, nirodha, stop it, end it, cease it, cut it off. So the mind, and like, it's one of those kind of things that, like, you know, I teach these things all the time. I haven't mastered this, right? My mind still goes from the past to the present, still bounces around. I think what he wants us to do is quite challenging, to get to a place of pure consciousness that you're just in the present moment. But I think that like there's a big step that's made when you start to acknowledge that you're in a state of chitta vrittis, that you because then that's accepting that, oh, there are all these kleshas that I have to overcome, and now I can work on it. People who go to yoga, right, who go to asana classes and say, oh, I'm practicing yoga, of this swirling storm of the mind, and they're not even aware they're that's where they are. And so that first step is just that the mind is full of storms before you can even stop it, right? Setting up nice and tall. Close the eyes. Inhale deeply, fill up the lungs, feel how expansive you are. Then exhale everything out all the way to the bottom. Still feel how expansive you are. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level and start making short exhales on my claps. The inhales are happening, but they're passive. And you're making this sharp exhale using the diaphragm. It's not like through the actual exhalation. The exhale is passive. And start to slow that down and exhale everything out and engage in Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. Keep that lift. Then connect your even breath. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Now continue that, even inhales and exhales. Then he goes on and says, if you want to calm the mind, even out the breath. And that's basically his teaching of a pranayama. Even out the breath. So just continue those deep, full inhales and those deep, full exhales on that 4-4 count on your own. Come under the hands and knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Continue to breathe. Mula Bandha still engaged. And the breath is to keep you in that present moment. That atta. And as soon as, notice if the breath ends, look inward and see what the mind is doing. Notice if, your breath kind of becomes jagged or staggered, that all of a sudden, the mind's kind of off on a little tangent somewhere. It's off doing something else. And it's very interesting. And even if the state of yoga, like the union with the higher self, right? That's a big mouthful. Doesn't happen. The fact that you're learning more about how your mind works, is so important. It's so insightful. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On the inhale, soften the knees. Slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hip-width distance apart. Keep the hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. Press the palms down. Let the head be heavy. Modified Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Soften the knees. Step the feet out as wide as the mat. Come down to a squat. Bring the hands together in prayer. Press out with the forearms. Squeeze in with the knees. Yogi squat. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Now place the hands on the floor. Lift the hips up. Heel toe the feet together till the big toes and heels touch. And then just soften the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Letting the shoulders roll down and back. Letting the head be the last thing to come up. And then come stand at the front of the mat if you're a little behind the mat. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. Hands together in undulating mudra. And take a moment to set a higher intention for the sadhana today. Making that first step to notice the chitta vrittis of the mind. To notice how the mind fluctuates and becomes a storm. Even if you're like totally calm on the outside, sometimes the mind is just churning like boiling water. And just start to recognize that, aware of that, become aware, conscious of that. So that then you can start to eliminate the vrittis, eliminate the fluctuations. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, take the hands into undulating mudra, extend toward the sky, Urdhva-Hasana. Exhale, folding over straight legs, Uttanasana, pressing palms down. Inhale, soften the knees, step right foot back into a long lunge, look forward. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, seat back to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, left foot next to the right and fold over the legs. Inhale, bring the hands together in prayer. Extend the arms up toward the sky. See the thumbs. Exhale, fold over the legs again, Uttanasana. Inhale, soften the knees. Step left foot all the way back, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back to heel, stay in down dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lightly step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, right foot meets left, fold over legs. Inhale, rise up, extend arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, extend the arms. Exhale, folding over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On the inhale, extend the arms, Urdhva. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. One more time like that. On the inhale, extend the arms, Urdhva. Exhale, folding over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lengthen through the side of the body. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. Jiva Mukti Surya Namaskar. With straight legs, inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, right foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot meets right, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot meets left fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, and stay here. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, try to pull the ribs in. Inhale. Exhale, try to bring the tailbone under instead of sticking out. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands together in the center of the chest. Twist over to the right. Bring the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Now, keep the knees together. Keep pulling the left hip back toward the mirrors. Inhale. Exhale, 1. So don't let your left knee jut in front of the right. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And I'll come back to center, Utkatasana. Exhale, put your hands on the floor. Extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Exhale, bring the hands together in the center of the chest and twist over to the left. Here again, pull the right hip back. Get the knees together. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5, and I'll come back to center Uttanasana. Exhale, put the hands down, extend the legs, Uttanasana. And I'll soften the knees, heel toe the feet, hips width distance apart, about 2 fists, so an internal measurement of the hips. Bend the knees a little bit, slide the index finger and the middle finger through the big toe and the second toe, holding onto the big toe and yogi toe lock. So you're not going to come down to a squat. You're going to be a standing forward fold. So parallel the feet and bring. There you go. Then now lift the head and chest. Look up. Shift a little bit of weight forward into the front of the foot. Then exhale, fold and bend the elbows out to the side. Breathe into the back. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, soften the knees. Release the big toes. Place the hands on the floor in front of you. Now turn the fingers out to the side walls. Now turn the fingers back toward the mirror behind you. So notice the rotation of the shoulder and the elbows. Bend the knees a little bit. Lift the front of the feet up and slide your hands underneath your feet. So your toes are going to be right at your wrist crease. Yep. And then once you have your toes against your wrist crease, look up at the window, straighten your legs. Lift up a little bit through the sit bones. Put a little more weight forward into the front of the foot, into the hand. And then exhale, fold forward and bend your elbows back toward the mirrored wall. Behind you, here again, you'll feel this in the front of the carpal and in the forearms. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, soften the knees. Lift the feet up. Bring the hands out from underneath the feet. Place the hands on the floor. Then heel toe the feet back together till the big toes and heels touch. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the torso up. Uttanasana, awkward seat. And then exhale, come stand up. Tadasana, mountain seat. Good. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Extend up toward the sky. Urban Sadhu. Exhale, fold over the legs again. Uttanasana, press palms down. Inhale, halfway lift, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, left heel down, come up, Virabhadrasana 1, and stay. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, left foot turned in on a 45-degree angle, so think about what your left foot is doing. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, opening arms and hips for you, 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. Now, this is the moment if you need to shuffle your feet, move your right foot forward, okay? Because you want to do that with bent knees. Then exhale, reach forward to the right, pull the left hip back, right hand down, left arm lifts up, triangle trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, stand all the way up. Then exhale, bend the right knee, warrior 2. So Sarah, this back foot may be a little too far out. Maybe I want to bring it about right here where my toe is. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Put the right hand down inside the right foot. You can use a block for that. That's perfectly fine. And then lift the left arm up into the air. Extended angle B. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Try to pull the ribs in a little bit. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, place the left hand down. Come under the ball of the left foot. Lift the left heel up. Put weight in your left hand. And now lift the right arm up into the air. Twisting, looking over the right shoulder. This is sometimes called easy twist. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, place the right hand down outside the right foot. You can frame the right foot with hands now. And exhale, extend the right leg. Move your left foot forward till the heel is on the ground. And as you get the heel on the ground, you're going to step the foot forward. You don't want to be on a tightrope, so your feet can be a little bit apart now. On the inhale, lift the head and chest, pull the right hip back. Exhale, fold over the right leg, pushing the energy back through the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, soften the right knee, step back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward, turn the right heel down, rise to Virabhadrasana 1, and stay in warrior 1 on the left. Inhale. Exhale, the left hip's going to pull back. Inhale. Exhale, right hip wants to move forward energetically. Sometimes people will say squaring the hips. You cannot square the hips. The hips are not a box. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, opening arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend. And here again, if you need to move your foot, now's the time to move your foot because you're stable. Exhale, reach to the left, pull the right hip back, left hand down, right arm lifts up. Triangle Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift all the way up, stand. And exhale, bend the left knee, warrior 2, stay. Here again, try to stay stable. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, extend 1 breath. Then exhale, rebend. Place the left hand down inside the left foot. Blocks are nice if you want to. Raise the right arm up into the air, looking at the right thumb. Kind of pull your shoulders and head back to the left side of your mat. Exhale, 1. So you really want to push into the left leg. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, place the right hand down. Come onto the ball of the right foot, closing the right hip. Then put weight in the right hand. Lift the left arm up into the air and rotate through the chest. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then on the inhale, place the left hand down, frame the left foot. Exhale, extend the right leg, move the right foot forward. Or extend the left leg, move the right foot forward. On the inhale, lift the head and chest, pull the left hip back. Exhale, fold forward over the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift head and chest. Exhale, soften the left knee, step back to a downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. And then exhale, onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up, side plank. Now notice what muscles you have to activate to keep the body in the air. Exhale 1. Notice that you have contract through the abdomen and the inner thighs. Exhale 2 and the glutes. Inhale. Exhale 3. On the inhale, gently come out to a plank again. And then exhale onto the left hand outside of the left foot. Raise the right arm up. Notice the muscles that you have to contract. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, drop down to the left knee. On the inhale, lift the torso up, bring the arms alongside the ears like a lunge. And exhale, bring the hands together in the center of the chest and twist over to the right. Bring the left arm on the outside of the right thigh. Now, if stable, lift the left knee up. As you lift the left knee up, push through the left heel. Drop the inner left shoulder in toward the inner right ankle. So try to find craniosacral alignment. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Maybe just a little round. There's craniosacral. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then inhale, come back to center, put the hands on the floor, frame the right foot. Exhale, bring the left knee to the outside of the right foot and sit down, Ardha Matsyendrasana. A little deeper twist here. On the inhale, lift the left arm up. And then exhale, twist over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Excellent. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Then inhale, come back to center and set up for ankle to knee. Stack the shins, dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale 1, good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. So simple. Just swing the right leg around, step back to a downward dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, drop to the right knee. On the inhale, lift the torso up, arms alongside the ears. Exhale, bring the hands together in prayer, twist over to the left. Right arm on the outside of the left thigh. On the inhale, lift the right knee up. And here again, try to think of how I'm going to get craniosacral alignment. This is better on this side. Exhale 1, but it's right here in this scapula. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Well, think of moving it down toward the inner left ankle. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On the inhale, come back to center. Put the hands on the floor. Frame the left foot. Exhale. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. And sit down. Ardha Matsyendrasana. On the inhale, lift the right arm up. And then exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then inhale, come back center. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale, come center. And exhale, ankle to knee. Everybody's favorite. Dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the head and chest. So simple. Swing the left leg around. Step back to a downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, drop down to the knees. All right. So we did that little funny stand on the hands. There was a reason for that. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a couple of things. We're going to still do a little bit more wrist work, okay? So turn your fingers out to the side. Then turn your fingers back toward your knees, okay? Now, the closer I am to my fingers, the easier this is. The more I move my knees away, the harder this is. So move your knees closer to your fingers. Kind of walk your knees up a little bit. Now move your shoulders forward and then bend your elbows like a chaturanga, kind of looking slightly forward, not behind you, but slightly forward. Your back toes may lift up, that's okay. And then extend, do like a little mini push-up, okay? Right? 3, let's do 3 of them, okay. Then move your knees back a little bit, about halfway where they were. Now notice that I have to move my shoulders forward and then bend my elbows and then lift up. So now you're going to move your shoulders forward and you're going to bend your elbows like a little mini push-up. And then you're going to extend. But notice that you can't just bend your elbows. You have to move forward and then bend. All right. Good. Now, extend your leg back, okay? Move forward, bend your elbows just till they touch the ribs, like it's a reverse chaturanga, and then extend. And then just do that one more time. That one's intense, okay? And then extend, and then drop down to the knees. Turn the fingers out, turn the fingers forward, and then set up on your knees. And do a little Madonna voguing, okay? That's going to work out the carpal. Okay, so we're going to work on Mayurasana, peacock. The Chitta Vrittis. Oh, Angela's Chitta Vrittis. She's like, oh my God, I know what we're going to do. Okay, let's do this. I like doing this a couple of different ways. One, for ladies, and here again, let's be honest. 81% of your yoga students are female. That's the truth. The asana is really designed for somebody that doesn't have a chest. If you have a bosom, it's hard to get underneath the bosom and get your elbows in your abdomen, because that's where you want to be. So there's a clever kind of way to do it where it's not such a struggle to work around the bosom, okay? I like that word. It's an old-fashioned word. Okay, so take a block, okay? And turn the block like this, okay? And this is also going to make it much easier on the carpal. Put the block back here where your knees are. And turn your fingers out. Then what I want you to do is I want you to bring your elbows into your abdomen by rounding your back and put your head on the floor in front of you. Start out by putting your head on the floor. Now, step your right foot back toward the mirrors. Extend all the way through the right leg. Now extend the left leg back. Okay, now your legs are straight like a plank. Your elbows are in your abdomen. Your fingers are turned out on a different position than a real Mayurasana, but this is so much easier. Now lift your head and look at the windows, but keep your elbows bent. Your elbows are in your gut. Now, that little move forward, walk your toes forward about 2 inches and shift weight forward into your shoulders. Then look up at the windows. Don't look at the floor, Umbrim. Lift your chest. There's a little bit of a back bend. Now see if you can lift your foot off the ground. 1 foot at a time. There you go. Look at there. Look at there. Good, Sally. Okay. Let's try it this way. Okay. That was good. So, like, remember when I said, notice that little moving forward. You got to move your weight from this heaviest part of your body. If you're like me, this is the heaviest part of my body. You got to move your weight forward into the shoulders, right? So let's try it this way. Just take your block, find a little spot on the wall. If you're close to the wall, you can just turn around to the wall. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to reach out. I'm going to touch the wall with my foot. I want to be one leg away. I'm going to put my fingers on the block. I'm going to fold forward. Then I'm going to put a foot on the wall. Then I'm going to put the other foot on the wall, and then I'm going to lift. Okay? So start out by, Veronique, so round your upper back once you find your measurement. Get the block near your knees. You got to move the block back. You got to get the elbows underneath the bosom. Then put one foot on the wall. Then put the other foot on the wall. And then lift your head up. Good, and balance. Look at there. Mayurasana. Good, Iris. But you feel now with the wall against your feet that you got to push your weight forward. Ah. Okay, so that's a nice little way to start working on it, right? And here again, come back to your mat. Now, why peacock today? So peacocks are one of the birds that they have something in their body that it takes poison, and it will collect poison. So like peacocks are known to eat really poisonous snakes, and the poison doesn't bother them. So they're considered like to be animals that can remove toxins. They were magical birds because they could take on toxic poisons from these snakes and eat the snakes, and like all of a sudden they're not bothered by it, right? So peacocks, they said that peacock removes the toxins. And it could be anything. It could be kind of toxins from like literal toxins that you've eaten. But it also could be emotional toxins because you're putting your elbows in that space at your gut, right? So it's lower energy toxins, those kleshas. So now let's try this one more way, because now we kind of have figured out how you have to kind of like come into it. This is what we're going to do. Everybody grab a belt, okay? If you have a belt, you're going to use your belt, but I'm just going to bring the box out. So we're going to grab a belt. There you go. And now take the belt. If it doesn't have a loop in it, we're going to put a loop in it. So you're going to take the belt. Go through the D-rings, both of them, then go in between the two D-rings and tighten it so you get a little loop, right? And I want the loop to be about the width of my rib cage, right? Pretty tight, small loop. It's not a big loop. So you're not going to seam to seam of your clothes right here in front of the two floating ribs. So yours is going to be really tiny, right? Angela, that's going to be more about like where you are. Okay. Now, once you get your loop tightened down, because you want to have tension in your arms, you're going to take that loop and you're going to put it around your arms. Sarah, that's too big. That's because see how I'm like getting my elbows in. That's the point. I want to get my elbows in tight, so they're going to stay close together. Okay? And they're going to be right there underneath my ribs. Then I'm going to come onto the hands and knees, and I'm going to put my hands right in between my knee joints. That's the key. You got to walk your hands back, and you got to pull your belly in and round your back so that you get, especially if you have bosoms, you're going to get the bosoms in front of your biceps and triceps, right? So fingers turn back like we did in the warm-ups. I'm going to pull the belly in. I'm going to get the chest in front of the arms. Then I'm going to fold forward and put my head on the floor again. Okay, so that's a key. Put your head down on the floor. Okay, now this time, once your head's on the floor, you're still too loose. You're still too loose, Veronique. Here, take mine. Take mine. Yours may be sliding too. Okay, now once you have your head on the floor, step your right foot out as wide as your mat. Go out to the right side a little bit. Then step your left foot out as wide as your mat, okay? Then with that wide stance, lift your head up. It's a little easier now to lift your head up. Now walk your feet together. Now as you walk your feet together, they've met. Now start to walk your toes toward the windows about 1.5 inches. And then as you do that, allow your weight to go into your shoulders and start to just lift your hind legs up like a peacock feathers. Like this, yeah, there you go. Good, good, good. Yeah, but I've just got my fingers on you. I just got one finger on each foot. If I let go, if I let you squeeze your legs together, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Now lift your head, lift your head, lift your head. There you go. Aha, good for you. It is a back bend. So, Veronique, walk forward. You're trying to kick your legs up. Walk forward. Lift your head. Lift your head. Now, lift this leg up. Now, lift this other leg up. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your butt. And lift your shoulders. 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 Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. And come down. All right. And you can try it again with the block if you want to wrap your hand. But now there's two of these that happens. There's Mayur Asana, which is peacock. There's Hansa Asana, which is a swan. The fingers are facing forward. It's harder. I don't know why. It seems like it would be easier. It's wicked. You think this is bad? Hansa Asana is worse because all of a sudden the weight is in the wrist totally. All right. Good. Lift your shoulders, Veronique. You got to lift your shoulders. You got to put weight. You can't drop your shoulders. You got to lift them. They got to counteract. They kind of counter lift your legs. Good. All right. That's enough playing with that. Yay, everybody. You're detoxed now. You just got out all the toxins. All right. Come and lay down on the abdomen with your head toward the windows. We'll continue with some back bends. The muscles that you engage is related to Shalabhasana, yes, but it's not it's because this is considered a hand balance where Shalabhasana is considered a back bend. So squeeze the legs together, reach the arms back toward the wall behind you, and yes, lift up into Shalabhasana. And notice as you lift up in Shalabhasana, it's the same muscle contraction in Mayur Asana, but then you're balancing on the hands in Mayur Asana. So 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale, come down, relax. Danyarasana. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. Pull the navel toward the spine. On the inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Come down, relax. And if you decide to work on that on your own at home, do take that time to kind of do those wrist opening exercises that we did, because everybody on the computer and on their cell phones and holding their cell phones, it's made your carpals much tighter because your hands are always kind of in a gripping action. Second Danyarasana, bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. On the inhale, lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Release the feet. Relax. Bring the hands next to the chest, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, come down and roll over onto the back. Now, peacock will help open up your carpal, especially if the carpal is tight. An upward bow is difficult. You can't get your hands on the floor, right? That happens a lot. A lot of times people won't be able to get the back of their hand on the floor when they take their hands overhead. Half bridge is first. On the inhale, lift the hips, the lower, the middle back, clasp the hands together in a fist. Half bridge. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Come down. And from here, if you want to come into upward bow, you have a couple of choices. You can use blocks in between the legs. You can actually go backward to the belt and put the belt around the arm. That's a very nice way of doing that. So, you want it to be a little bit wider, as wide as your chest for upward bow. That's probably good right there for that. Then place the hands next to the head. I think it's good because your elbows in line with your shoulders. On your inhale, come up. As you come up, try to rip the belt apart if you have the belt around the arm. Upward bow. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Irish or ponytail's getting in the way. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. Second upward bow, place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. Last one, hands and feet in place. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. And now you can bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. Just take the belt off. Knee back. Make little circles on the sacrum. And then allow the knees to come over to the left. If you want a double wrap or something like that, be my guest. Extend the right arm out, look over the right shoulder, twist. Oops, sorry. And then come back over to the center line, switch sides. Over to the right, extend the left arm out, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Give the knees a little hug. Bring the forehead toward the knees. Rock forward and back, rock forward and back. Come up to a seated position. And spin yourself around. Extend the legs out in front of you. Dorsiflex the feet. Lift the head and chest. Exhale, fold forward. Hold on to the feet. Paschimottanasana. Intense stretch of the Western body. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Exhale, open up the right knee, right foot on inside of left thigh. Twist the torso over the left leg. And exhale, fold forward. Hold on to the left foot. Janu Shirshasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Lift the head and chest as you lift the right knee. Exhale. Extend the right leg. Inhale. Bend the left knee. Open up left knee. Left foot on inside of right. Twist torso over right. And exhale. Fold over the right leg. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lift head and chest. Lift left knee. Extend left leg. Bend both knees. Place the feet where the knees were. Feet about hips width distance apart. Hands behind you for tabletop. On the inhale, lift the hips into tabletop. Exhale, let the head go back if comfortable. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down. Open up the knees. Bring the feet together. Pull the heels a little closer to the pubic bone. And then exhale, fold forward. Cobbler seat. Baddha Konasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10, and then inhale. Lift the head and chest. And from here, let's come into shoulder stand. If you're not coming into shoulder stand, you can bring legs up the wall in Viparina Karani. Or you can come into goddess, if no inversions today, with the knees out to the side, the feet together, just like Baddha Konasana, but laying on the back. Also, Supta Baddha Konasana. If you're going to set up in shoulder stand, maybe blankets and the shoulders are nice. I once heard a really great teacher talk about the chitta vrittis of the mind, and they described it as like a cat who is sitting at a window in the sun, and you look at your cat and you say, "Oh my God, my cat is such at peace. It's so like the Buddha is sitting there meditating." And then, your cat sees a fly onto the window, or a moth, or you move a toy in front of it, and all of a sudden the cat's like gone nuts. Like it jumps up and it. And they said that's what chitta vrittis are really like, is that there are these moments of calm that we have, but then something catches our eyes or our mind, the fly, the moth, the ball of yarn, and the mind goes nuts. And it's like the cat, the mind isn't under control. The cat goes crazy. And you realize that your cat is not enlightened, that your cat suffers from the same chitta vrittis you have. But the cat doesn't have a way of calming the chitta vrittis. That's its nature. Its nature is to be a hunter, and to, when it sees something that would move, that it might eat, it's going to jump on it. But you, on the other hand, have the ability of saying, "Oh, I really want to find that calm mind, or that spaciousness of not of the opposite of the chitta, the chit, is pure consciousness." And you do that through the yoga sadhana. And asanas like Mayurasana are there, yes, to make us physically stronger. That's the external value of the asana. But it's also just staying calm through the process of working on it. Not attaching yourself to either the achievement of it or the work you have to do to obtain it. Allowing yourself to just be present in the moment and experience it. And then when it's over, when the work is done, you let go of it. And then, the next day is going to be a different sadhana and a different tool to expand consciousness. But it is one of the reasons why I do think that if you teach asana, you should teach challenging asanas to students. You shouldn't just teach mundane, kind of watered down versions of asanas, because that's actually going to be like the cat sitting in the window. It's going to be a placebo effect, and the student's never going to make any kind of advancements toward that equanimity of mind. For those of you in shoulder stand, try this. Allow the right toes to touch the floor behind your head. And notice how that your shoulders kind of and chest moves toward the chin a little more. Then lift the right leg back up into the air, and then let your left foot touch the floor behind the head. And if you're having a hard time getting your foot down, once your foot does touch, notice how the weight, more weight has to be put into the skull and the shoulders. Then lift the left foot up in the air. Now dorsiflex both feet and bring them to the floor, and notice how the weight has to move into the cranium. Come into a full halasana. And then clasp the hands together in a fist and extend the arms and kind of lift up through the back of the thigh. So 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, then bend the knees, bring the knees alongside the ears. Hold on to the back of the knee joint, Karnapidasana. Inhale. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5. Now put the hands on the floor away from the shoulders, using your hands like brakes. Slowly come down. Away from the shoulders. That's at the shoulders. Oh, that's at the shoulders. That's away from the shoulders. There you go. Then as you come down, extend the legs. Because you put your hands by your head, you'll do a backwards flip, right? Which there is a chakrasana. You could do that, right? Lay down on the back, turn the palms to face up, pressing the elbows, puff up the chest, come on top of the head. Fish, Matsyasana. Inhale. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, inhale. Exhale 6, inhale. Exhale 7, inhale. Exhale 8, inhale. Exhale 9, inhale. Exhale 10, pressing the elbows, come down. Bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And then roll over to the right side. Come into a child's seat. And from here, the same thing, different options. Interlace the fingers together. Make a fist. Put the head on the floor behind the wrist crease. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees, walk the feet forward, putting a little more weight into the shoulders. Half a dolphin, you can stay in a dolphin. Bring the knees into the chest, heels toward the seat like a crow, half headstand, you can stay there. Or then move the knees toward the sky, kind of opening up the hips, then extend the feet up toward the sky last, coming into a full headstand. All those options are great. Let's do it this way. Your instinct is right. Let's unfold it one fold. And then that way it's not going to be clumped up on your nose. It's going to be a little, you're going to have a little air to breathe. So tonight there is a kirtan at 6 p.m. I think they ended up canceling the Bhakti Yoga workshop. You can ask Bob about that, but I think that's what happened. But the kirtan is on. And then next week, Florencia and I are going to be doing, she's going to be doing a cacao ceremony again. and I'm going to be helping her with the sound bath at the end of the cacao ceremony. So if you've never been to a cacao ceremony, she is amazing. She's an amazing facilitator. If you've been to one, even hers, and you'd like to come back, come sign up for next weekend. Now bring the legs together. You should see yourself in the mirror. Yeah, now extend your feet toward the sky. Oh, I don't know if you can see yourself. Your shirt may be in your way. I don't know. About another 2 minutes. If you come down, you can always come back up. But it's nice to do that full 5 minute of inversions. And slowly start to plan your descent and come down. As you come down, rest in child's seat. And you can reach back, hold on to the ankles, let the shoulders move away from the ears, and just breathe into the back. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Lift the torso up, and let's make our way into Shavasana. Final relaxation. And you can lay down with the head toward the windows, the feet toward the exit door. And let the body become heavy by letting go of Mula Bandha. And then allow the breath, the breath just to breathe the body. You don't have to breathe in any special way anymore. And close the eyes. And then just allow the earth to support the full weight of the body. Shavasana, seat of the corpse. In the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And gently roll over to the right side. And pressing the left palm into the floor, lift the torso up and come up to a seated position for meditation or dhyana sadhana. Take a moment, establish a seat Maybe sit on blocks or blankets. So the cranial is over the sacral. You can allow the palms to rest on the thighs, palms facing up or down. Either one is perfectly fine. You can even bring the thumb and the index finger to touch with the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky fingers gently extended out. Jnana mudra. And just close the eyes and allow the senses to be drawn inward to help calm the mind. As you inhale, silently chant Om. And as you exhale, silently chant Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, the words, and the actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy this lovely weather. And if you want to come back at 6 o'clock, have a little singing, a little musical moment, come back.